I don't have no regrets about nothing I've done in life, honestly.
Peace, pretty people. I am Kiara J.
And I am Samaria Lee.
And this is With Class Podcast, where we share stories that are meant to encourage, empower, and elevate us all. We have a special guest with us today, and I'm going to let him introduce himself. Take it away.
Oh, my name is Charles Morton. I'm a founder of Helping Hands Incorporated, and I'm an author of Boy to a Man.
Okay, so I read your book, A Boy to a Man, and I had a lot of questions. So it's a really great book. I learned a lot from reading the book, but I just wanted you to expound on some of your life experiences and what prompted you to even write this book and how you went from being a boy to a man.
Good questions. Good questions.
So let's start with that. What prompted you to even write the book?
Well, the book is all true about myself. A Boy to a Man is basically how I started my life, because it was a boy to a man, and my grandmother gave me the name Man at an early age. And I never understood what you always say, my little man, but she was basically preparing me to be a man at an early age. So I come from a single home. We all from Southeast, Ward 8. It wasn't a bad home, but my mother was young. She had me when she was, when she got pregnant, she was 16, had me when she was 17, and I got another brother. So at that time, when I was coming up, it wasn't hard, but it was tight for not an adult. You're still a child. So basically, you're going to have some help. And the help came from my grandmother, that she called me her little man. So I seen that it was kind of getting hard for her as a young adult. And she decided to let me stay with my grandmother's aunt, which is my great aunt. And she basically like a mother to me. So anyway, I went down there from maybe the age of 6 to maybe 9, and I came back. But my mother was always in my life, but she chose to just send me off because it was too much for her. She never told me, but that's what happened. So when I came back, she was still struggling. So I had an uncle, like today it's called Uber and Lyft, like drivers. Back then they used to have drivers that like at Safeway and people my age know, and they would carry you home. But he had sugar real bad. He had gangrene in one of his toes and had to cut his legs off. So that was his hustle. So my mother took him in at when he was probably about in his 40s. So, and listen to this, true story. We're in a 1-bedroom apartment. Me and my brother. I just came back home too. So I'm on the couch, my brother's on the floor. Back then they had what you call them little beds, roller beds. And you used to sleep in 3 of us in one living room. But that's common back in them days. Everybody know I'm not lying as far as when you're dealing with a family, you're gonna find somewhere to sleep. It ain't about how many people in there, you're gonna find somewhere to sleep. So she took on responsibility to take them in. So after school, I would go, and matter of fact, that's the first person who gave me the game as far as hustling.
I was gonna say that.
He's the first person. Well, the second. Because I come from let me backtrack a little bit. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay right here. Then I'm gonna go back. But anyway, he would carry me by Potomac Avenue. That's Safeway by Potomac Avenue. And he used to say, look, whatever you make sure you come back home with something. So I would make I'm a kid, about $10. Hustling bags, $1.50.
That went a long way back then.
So I used to buy eggs, bread, milk, basic stuff for the house. And every day he would always bring me back, to go back to school. So with that mentality alone, it prepared me for the now. Mm-hmm. Now people it's so hard, it's rough, and I always tell people, when you living in the South to the city, it's totally different. Men or women, I think are more strong mentally and physically because they doing hard labor at an early age.
That's in the South, right?
Meaning, the same stuff you go in the giant to get, they planting themselves.
Right.
With their own hands and cutting down wood and going fishing. They hustlers. Mm-hmm. So their mentality of survival is different from just somebody in the city. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to work. You know what I'm saying?
Don't work, they don't
You
eat.
ain't gonna eat.
Right.
So it's different when you saying mommy or your daddy. No, they tell me you got to be in the field. You got to slow the horse. And I experienced this at that age, at 8 and 9 years old, doing this type of work. For real. So that's what I'm saying. Everything, the book, A Boy to a Man, it prepared me for everything that I'm going to talk about right now. So I'm going back. I just want to go back to that phase. So my uncle taught me a lot. And at that time, I was just a kid. I was still in Mildred Green Elementary School, where it was, now it's called Malcolm X on Mississippi Avenue. Yeah. And always a person, I'm a people's person, first of all. And people always liked my courage and all that. And teachers always just go to the candy lady. You probably remember y'all not that young. So the candy lady every morning, we go get candy. So I have bags of candy. So the teacher's like, well, you get this money to buy this candy. I said, no, I work. So they used to praise me for that work ethic back then. Mm-hmm. So once I got older and we all know about inner city, Southeast, I'm going to Johnson. So at that time, when I graduated from Green, I was always a gifted child, gifted and talented. I did all that 4-H club, all that stuff, but it's just that streets was just calling me. Not because it was peer pressure, not because I wasn't in love, none of that. It's just that I feel as though, even now, it's like parents and society push you to do these things, but is it really worth it? You going to school, get an education, and then everything they teach you is lies.
Right. But you learn that when you get older.
Right. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, it's I call it a system. This is what you want me to do. Mm-hmm. But is it going to be beneficial? Right. Some people went to college and they working for Walmart. Right. So what was the purpose of pushing this? You pushing this brand, you're not getting nothing out of it.
This is just a system, like you said. It's a system to make you work for other people.
Bingo. So I got this at an early age. What we talking about today. Mm-hmm. And the youth are doing now. They getting it.
Figuring it out already.
So it's you was brainwashed. Mm-hmm. So school to me, it was easy. I mean, it wasn't hard. It's for what? You know what I'm saying? So anyway, as time went on, I started getting in trouble more and more and more. And we know, once you start something, it's hard to really stop. Mm-hmm. Like they say, enough is enough. It's but when is it going to be enough? And to talk about, I'm going to let you answer more questions, but this is the introduction of all these questions, period. I'm about to say this because every household is different. I just told you about my household. Mm-hmm. My mother not gave me up, not abandoned me. She put me in good hands, but that was a lot. Mm-hmm. for a child that's 17, then got another child. So that's a lot. We ain't talking about nobody finished school, is set out. No, it was a lot. So I didn't understand it at first. But as I got older, I understood it. So that's my household. 3 people, 4 people, 1 bedroom, 3 in the living room, mother run her room. That's the household. Section 8. Food stamps. No man. So somebody got to step up to the plate. So my household and others like me, my story is no different from nobody else. Sometimes it's about what you gonna do. But no child should have to go through this. That's why I'm not a parent, but a lot of parents always say, I don't want my child to go through what I went through. But suppose they don't even know what to go through. Is everything so easy? How would they know when it's time to be an adult? And I have a lot of backlashes about this because I call it parenting of the day. But that's why so many kids you see now is homeless. Because of these young parents or parenting of the day, they didn't prepare them for life. That's why I'm saying my book, A Boy to a Man, that's why I'm breaking everything down to who I am today. That's what I had to go through to know what I had to go through in life. It's not easy. It's not sweet. So sometimes you got to go through certain things in life to know where you're going at.
Right.
But if you never went through it, like you were saying before, like I heard a lot of stories, but if you never, like say for instance, what I'm saying is, because both of y'all understand what I'm saying, y'all from Southeast yourself, but a lot of things you didn't have to go through what somebody else went through, but they could be right across the street. But that ain't your life.
Right.
That's your household. They might be really, you're not looking down on them, but you don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Right.
So that's what I mean. So that's the foundation of starting in the household. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree with that. I agree with it.
a lot of brothers like myself, black brothers, I mean, you got friends your age, It ain't like you don't know what's going on, but everybody's situation is different. You know what I'm saying? Because some people had I stick on foundation because it's very important. A foundation is very important. So sometimes when you don't have that foundation, it's certain things that you have to do for the household.
And I have a question about that before I forget. So did you like going down south and staying with your aunt and your uncle?
Yeah, in the beginning, but it was like a lot of times when I went back, it was like for like, what's that? When you get out of school for the summer vacation. But I'm working, cutting wood. Man, I ain't gonna tell you all type of stuff. That stuff y'all had, and I used to use the bathroom, defecate in a bucket. There was no running water. You had to throw the stuff basically in the woods. And this is the 80s. You feel me? This is not no 70s. This is the 80s. So what I'm saying is all this stuff that I experienced, I just told you at 9 and 10 years old, now I'm getting up in age. That's the stuff that I'm about to get prepared for, which is like junior high school and stuff, is nothing.
Right. And I was just wondering, like, you know how you say your mom sent you down there because she couldn't handle both of y'all. Did that like spark something in you to be like I have to get money because I don't want to be in this position where I have to be down here because my mom can't take care of me and my brother. So I have to make money to be able to help her. So I don't have to ever be in this situation again.
Well, at that time, I wasn't thinking like that because I was young. But like, I would say, once I left Green Elementary, now I'm going to junior high school, the 7th grade. Yeah, I said, yeah, this is what I got to do. So at that time, you 13 years old in 7th grade, I believe. So 13, I mean, I'm in the streets anyway at that time. But 13, I was full blown, like basically doing everything for the household. Like, but it wasn't. Let me say this because I'm not saying this to pat myself on the back at all. What I'm saying at them times, in the 80s, when you live in an inner city or Section 8, some people was paying $10 a month, $30 a month. It's depending on how much you was making. Like they call it what, market rent now? But people's getting put out for $30.
Wow.
Seriously. I'm talking about all around. So you mean to tell me you basically jeopardize your mother's home and getting her put out and you couldn't even pay $30? So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying I was putting out a lot of money because I was still a child myself, but the basic things for the household, I provided. You know, clothes for her, like I took care of myself. So she really didn't have to really worry about a lot because, like I said, we still Section 8. It ain't like I'm paying $1,500 a month. No.
Did your mom ever like ask you how you doing?
Well, some parents, one thing about parents, because y'all parents now, one thing about parents, they're going to always know.
Right.
But the thing about me was when I was coming up as a child, even right now today, I always was respectful. So whatever I did, it wasn't like in her face. But of course, if I got on whatever and she knows she can't afford it, because when I was coming up, we was going to Morton's and Discount Mart and I'm talking about cheap places. So if you was going to Hex and stuff like that back then, you know, you was wearing polo shirts. I wore Jeepers when I was going to school. No name brand stuff. I was never picked on, but I never had that story, right? About, you know, my mother making sure I got this and that. No, I had to buy. Mainly I bought my own clothes starting at probably 7th grade. So at that time, I'm 13, 14. So at that time, it's not just me though. It's a lot of guys like myself did the same thing, but I can honestly say my mother was never on the streets. Like she never sold her body. She never was on drugs. I mean, she never abused alcohol. She just wasn't ready for parenting at that time. But as a woman, I can honestly say that she provided and gave me morals and principles of what and what not to do. But that was on what she was taught as a woman and in her household. Like pray, go to church, you know? But that don't pay the bills. So all that started to move on. That's where all that started to me right now. So
that don't pay the bills. That's one of my questions too. Like what? Yeah. So many men have that like mentality, like money. They don't feel like they in their masculine energy if they're not providing for the family. But sometimes the way you providing for the family could take you away from your family. So women don't be too much concerned with, they, like you said in your book, like most people that love you, they just want you there. But in your mind, love don't pay the bills. Right. So you just, it's like you had to shut off that emotional side of you because you know you had to get to it to make sure your family was okay.
No, that ain't true. Because like I just said before, if foundation is the key. Now, let's go back to your upbringing. Your upbringing, which I know is not like a peer that you grew up with. Even right now today. Right. But it started with what? So you didn't have to worry about the stuff that far as food or the electric off or what we gonna eat. They might was coming to your house for something to eat or just to be safe, to have fun. It's no fun over here, but they're a child. So that little girl, 14 years old, she might be doing things at 14 that you probably didn't start doing until you was 18. Because she fast. Mom's got all these guys in the house, in and out, having fun, listening to S's. You 12 years, well, you 8 years old. You see it. See the structure. the foundation. So that little girl is same age as you, but you may be still stuck on daddy's little girl. She going to the go-go at 14. Y'all both 14. But she a little more advanced than you. Because she ain't got that support. Mom might be on drugs. Or brother. So what you gonna do? Who gonna feed me? Who gonna feed my little sister? She done took the food stamps and sold them. So what this other, if I'm 13 and you 10 and mom, we ain't got no food in the house, who supposed to step up? Grandma ain't there. Uncle ain't there. So who gonna do it? I'm asking you.
That's when you
Make sense?
Yeah, but
I think that wasn't the question. That's what.
No, what I'm saying is when you say that.
When you say love don't pay the bills.
What I mean by love don't pay the bills is this. And I say this to everybody, even right now today, because I hear this stuff all the time. What I mean by that is love don't pay the bill because you're going to have to love this. Because I had incidences in my book. My mother, again, I've been locked up all my life. I got another brother. He been out in the streets all his life. Catch these two men though. This man been with his mother all his life. I've been in and out of my mother's life damn near all my life as a son. So any parent, like y'all parent, I just want my son here. So the first encounter, now this is the second encounter, but this is the main encounter there. I was like, wow. And I didn't even know. But anyway, I came home, transitioning, halfway house, got a pass, to come home, first time, like family. And I had an overnight pass to come, for the weekend. It was stacks of bills like this, past due bills. So I'm waking up, like, all these bills. So I'm talking about past, we all know at the age you say past due, you at the last straw. So I'm like, wow, I'm talking about bills. So I'm like, I asked my brother, man, what's up with all these bills? Get what he said. Man, they ain't my bills. I don't touch them. But
How old was your brother at that time?
In his 40s. So now the son, me, like you said, love don't pay the bills. I just said the man right here, he there too. The son, not a child. They got kids themselves. You say, man, they ain't my bills. I don't touch my bills. I said, damn, for real? So I looked at the bill. I'm like, damn. So one day I seen basically, the moral of the story is her house was in the last phase of foreclosure. I'm talking about all the phases before they take it. That's where it was at. So she never told me about this. I took it upon myself. Again, like you say, love don't pay the bills. My mom about to lose her house with a man right there. When father's loving her son and he loving his mother and ain't doing nothing. They about to be on the streets. So I made an initiative to step up to the plate and make it happen. And she got a house right now today. So when I mean to say that is, love don't pay the bills because, I'm glad you got me on here because I can get deep. I didn't pay for so many funerals myself. Sister, uncles, help with the lady that raised me, I told you, paid for hers. And I'm not even out there to be in society that long and do what I do if I tell you all the stuff I have done. So when I say love don't pay the bills, because these are people like, we talking about family. We're not talking about one person like you doing it or you doing it. It's a village. Where they at? Where is love? Where is love at though? You see what I'm saying? Where is his love? There's nowhere to be found. So
you had to kind of like shut off your emotional side
connection
to like be because
kind of sort of because I would say that because I was never really I don't want to say that because I wouldn't. I mean, I can say it, but a lot of people may look at me crazy saying what I'm about to say. You want me to say it?
Okay, get it.
I don't really honor family.
Okay, so
I think when we think about love don't pay the bills, we thinking of it more so on a time versus money aspect, and I think that's why she asked that. So you turn on, yeah. So I think that's what, because a lot of guys is like that. Like you want time or you want money. So we thinking of it on that perspective, because I done heard a lot of guys say that.
But the thing is,
you can't have both. You can't have time,
yeah,
and you can't have.
Oh, what I'm about to say is, and that's what I was about to say, a foundation. Just like, for instance, if you got a mate or your baby father, your fiance, he may got dreams or whatever. You may got dreams. Now, somebody got to sacrifice. Now, yeah, we struggling. We got these kids or child, and we got these bills. So, but we believe in each other. But if I'm the only one, basically got to put out everything, like you just said, time of love, like, and I'm glad you're on that topic, because a lot of women don't appreciate what I'm about to say. I'm about to get to that. And it's like, what I'm gonna do, or what we gonna do. So you want me to be the provider in your security, might as well say, like, you safe with them. What are you doing? What are you doing for yourself?
Right.
What initiatives you doing to even make our situation even better?
Right.
So now, if I gotta go out here and bust, you already know this day and time, I need at least a job. I mean, 2 jobs or a part-time job. So the times will be, I ain't gonna have time for you like that.
Right.
But you will need time. What are you doing?
Yeah. But that's what I was saying. So when we speak about time versus money and love don't pay bills, or men think their worth is in their pockets, I was saying to my sister, but women make it like that though. To your point, like, women want to sit back and let a man take care of them, but then they don't. They also nag about not even getting enough time spent. But they don't want to lift the finger. They want the man to do everything.
Then they want the expensive gifts, and they want to travel.
Exactly.
So that's what I was saying about that part. Now, when you saying about the love, like I said again, if we both sacrificing, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes everything, like we doing that, everything is about a sacrifice. But like I tell everybody want the benefits, but don't nobody want to sacrifice. Right. So what you gonna do?
People don't understand the balance.
That's the part that counts the most, the sacrifice, because that's going to determine your future. And we know a lot about that, because me and my sister be busy with our raising our daughters and trying to make sure that their future is good. It's not easy.
It's like you saying, okay, I had somebody help me create this child, but at the end of the day, I got to do me. Yeah. I got to make sure I got myself. I got to make sure I can cover my kids or my son or whoever. That's what I'm saying. So
be thinking about that too, and also the fact that our children's father, they ambitious too, and they want to take care of the family too and make sure the family's straight. So we do have to sacrifice time, spending time, so that all of us can be good. So we understand that, but some women don't.
But still go back to what? Foundation.
They probably watch that.
Because it's some women and men, because I got a buddy, it's some women are doing it all by themselves. Going to school, doing their motherly duties, and making sure their kids or kid is all right. That's a lot.
It is a lot.
It is.
Even I can say it's a lot, because even with help, it's still a lot.
Yeah. So that's what I mean by love don't pay the bills, because you want me to, we already know, I call it, to me, parenting of the day. You want private school, you want piano lessons, you want me to be a part of everything that they basically want to do. You want to play football, or you got to pay for that. So you want all this stuff. And then, like you say, you might don't do nothing with it, but you want me to provide all this stuff and take care of myself and be a hands-on parent. That's a lot on a man.
So we just need to find that balance.
It gotta be a balance.
That's why a lot of men bitch, because it's like, I'm talking about good man. I'm a good father. I'm hands-on. Why are you still receiving child support if I'm doing all this?
Yeah.
Do that make sense?
Not at all.
Why is you taking from me when I'm already there, when I say hands on, not saying, oh, here go your money, don't be calling me. I'm talking about hands on. I know a lot of men going through that.
I don't see how that's even.
Are they on child support because their females are on like 10 and 4?
Nah.
Or the women just put them
It's
on
petty.
child support?
It's petty.
But I don't think that should be allowed from the courts.
It's allowed.
But
So a lot of men are bitter because of that. Not saying they're not taking care of their responsibilities. Like, why are you doing this to me? Like,
Yeah. That's because I feel like females that are doing that, it's because they have a bitterness towards the guy. It ain't got nothing to do with the kid. And a lot of females do that too. Like, it don't be about the kid. And it should be, but it's not. It be about them because a lot of women be having kids just for the man to stay with them. The man don't want to be with them, then they gonna do whatever to make the man mad.
well, let's move on because this is getting too personal. That stuff. Because we can be up there all day about that stuff there. That ain't about nothing.
People need to hear that though. All right, so let's get into like the time. Like you started your prison time. You started at age 12.
Yeah, 12.
To on and off as a youth for 3 years. And then when you turned 17,
I was charged as an adult.
Charged as an adult, and from 17 to 49 years old.
I'm 53 now.
49 was your last, right. So you 53, you only been out for 3 years.
You see that, right?
And you did only 9 of those years on the streets. Like, that's more than... How does that feel?
Hey, be honestly, somebody else be like, wow. But honestly, I feel it. I feel it. But, and I tell a lot of people this, I don't have no regrets about nothing I've done in life. Honestly. For one, I'm lying. I wasn't there when my grandmother passed. But other than that, as far as being a great grandson and being in her life, I don't have no regrets. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the women, matter of fact, she right here. All them times I was in, that's Lawton.
She was there.
She was there. See that? Mm-hmm. So the only thing hurt me because I wasn't there just to seal off. Mm-hmm. But when she had her liver started going bad, just out the blue. So I was there with them phases. You know what I'm saying? And I had got that call that she passed, and that's the only regret. But other than that, so to answer your question is how I feel. It's like I was trying to tell you about the foundation. Everybody transitional phase. Let me say that. When you're in a transitional phase, anything in life, it's just like from your first apartment to now you got a home. You got a 2-car garage. You got your money set up for your kids. So, but a lot of people don't like to go back to that beginning. I don't want to talk about my past.
That's the most traumatic. That's the trauma part.
But that's the part supposed to keep you grounded. Mm-hmm. I call it's like A.K.A. when you get too cute. Yeah. That's like your kids don't know about mama and daddy. You just showing them this. Mm-hmm. It's all you need to know. I'm not gonna care you cross that bridge. You stay right here. Is that you telling you the truth? No. You just trying to protect. Mm-hmm. So what I'm saying is with me, it's like I said, I don't have no regrets. In my transition, it's like I said, it goes all the way back to the country. Mm-hmm. From no toilet to no running water to living in this right here is like luxury in being in a cell. It's smaller than this. I could live in your closet. It wouldn't even bother me. Only thing I need is a blow-up bed and a little TV. Some people it would crush you. So what I'm saying is, sometimes that's why they always say sometimes you need to hit rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? Or be homeless, or do without, and see how, just like when COVID hit, when people lost their jobs, some people start working for themselves, getting this money. Some people like depressed, don't know what to do, but that's when you get too comfortable. And that's what life about, when you get too comfortable. So appreciate the small things, and then the larger things gonna come.
So can we agree that, and this for my people, because I have a few people, right, that they are those people that don't want to visit their past, or they want to erase all of their struggles, and I just be trying to tell them that it's beauty in the struggle, man.
No, I would tell anybody, I am the struggle. And that's the type of message I give out to people, because anybody can talk about the good, but it's also was a bad. So that's why I'm telling you about my bad to what I'm doing right now, talk to you about today, because it's like I'm just freestyling right now because it's my life. I don't have to hide nothing. But the beauty is you're able to talk about it. Don't hold it in.
Help the next person.
Or let it be a secret. You know, that's why people got a lot of secrets. They call it skeletons in the closet. So it's good.
But people are so ashamed of it. People are ashamed of how they grew up.
Parents too.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking parents.
I know.
Meaning, they not going to let you know what they did, but they going to say, you need to do this. Or I'm going to give you this version of this. I'm not going to tell you about this. I don't think that's right. Yeah. But me not being a parent, that's just my opinion.
I agree with that too, though, because I'm always back and forth with myself. I don't want my daughter to go through everything I've been through, but I also know that everything that I've been through has made me who I am. So if she don't go through nothing, I'm scared that she might, people that don't go through nothing and they feel like life was just peaches and cream for them. It seemed like they worse off than people that
they freaks out.
It's like that when something small go wrong, they don't know how to adjust.
I just told you, I'm like where we at? Me, I'm in heaven, but to somebody else, it's normal. That's been their life. But to me, it's like, oh man, see what I'm getting at? Compared to where we might hang out at, it's totally different. See what I'm getting at? So what I'm saying is, but I'm always humble. I'm grateful for everything. So when you ask that question about it really don't bother me, like, because I've always been a go-getter, number one. And number two is I'm the type of person, once I set my mind to something, I'm off to the races. So all that around me or whatever, I don't see it or hear it because I'm focused.
Dang, that was important. I wish everybody that's in jail learn to operate like that, because it's really a mental thing. Like you in prison in your mind.
Yeah. I'm in prison in my mind right now because, like I said, not saying it like that, meaning I'm gonna always remember, like you said, sometimes it's good to let it go, but don't get too cute because anything can happen.
Right.
Anything. So you don't have to be incarcerated to go through what we're talking about. Because that's like life. Sometimes you can get too comfortable and too stuck on just one thing. Life gonna pass you by. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to, like you say, you got to be moving, man. You got to always have something going on. You know what I'm saying? So, but don't never forget where you come from. Like, I used to walk, but I'm not gonna call you or like people do now. Can you cash out me some money? Can you give me Lyft or Uber? I'm gonna walk. The train station is right there. You know that in some places. The bus stop right there. Why is I'm calling you? So now I got a car. I ain't gonna get cute. Everybody need help.
Dang. People need to hear that too, because they ask for Lyft money real fast. Why they ain't getting on the bus?
Yeah. they real
cheaper than
cute.
Lyft.
Oh, they real cute now. I don't even want to catch the bus.
I need some bus money.
You know what I said? I said a bus. So what I'm saying, I will never get cute like that. Never, ever, ever, ever. Because you never forget where you come from. Because some people just happy to just walk. You worrying about a Lyft or Uber, can you come get me?
That's why we took our babies on the train when it was nice.
Yeah, you that's what I mean by that. Sometimes you gotta let that stuff go. Meaning, like you said, now you can't. Man, I done seen so much stuff this day and time. As far as now, I understand because parenting. I mean, it's like it's really, to me, especially now, even y'all younger, but to me, it's like they basically, they not even preparing these kids for reality. That's all I'm gonna say. That's what I'm saying. They not.
Well, and that's the crazy thing. Me and my daughter, we was at ballet class, and a parent asked me what
See that ballet class?
Listen, no, she asked me what school she go to, and I said she go to a Montessori school, and she was like, "Well, how is it?" She said because most of the parents complain because they trying to figure out are their kids learning their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, or are they just learning life skills? I said, me personally, I think life skills is just as important as learning your ABCs
I think life
and
skills,
1, 2, 3. I said,
life
I
skills
love
are
that
more
my daughter
important.
is learning about emotional intelligence and she do yoga and all that. I love that she's learning these things, but parents are still so conditioned to think that our children need to go to school and they need to learn their ABCs, 1, 2, 3s for what? Because when they get out in the world, they still be confused and lost.
Yeah, ABCs ain't even
They don't have no emotional intelligence. They don't even
financial literacy, none of that stuff. But yeah, man, that's the condition though.
I think that's very important.
It's different now.
Mm-hmm.
I just see
The parenting is way different because parents are not even teaching their kids at home. Some kids not even doing homework.
Yeah, you're right. I done seen kids in a room like this, in the next room, texting their parents, a woman, their mother, that she wants some Chipotle's, texting. When I was young, just knock on the door, oh, Mom. Then you want, and the food already in the box. But kids today, they don't know nothing about that. Or some kids, not even, maybe your age, they don't know about what I'm talking about. They don't know. They know about just on the phone, order, send them money. You're going to bring them to lunch. When I was going to school, one of my parents bring you no lunch or picking you up.
It's so frustrating. It be frustrating.
No, because the pickup thing I understand because it's a little dangerous out here.
Meaning now. But I said in my time,
it was even more safer when we was growing up. We could walk to school and stuff. We caught the bus by ourselves. We walked to school. But nowadays, nobody wants to leave their children.
Right, I understand it. That's why I said now. I understand that part, but there's more to it. I'm just saying,
because these children,
you basically crippling them.
Yeah, they actually
don't know how to wash clothes.
They already
you don't know how to cook at 21 years old.
They don't know how to grocery shop.
They don't wash dishes. They don't clean up.
Go ahead, next question. Is this a podcast or we just kicking it?
This the podcast, but because I be frustrated even with like some of my friends, I be frustrated at some of the things that they whine and cry about. And I just be like, always have to tell myself, like, they not you. Like, you can't expect them to be like you. But I just be getting frustrated with them, like, I got you. Okay, your brother got locked up for a day. He got right out. What are you complaining about? My brother is gone. Yeah. I can't. My brother didn't go to jail and come back out the same day. He's not here no more. Right. People complain about stuff that's just you, and I'm like, you still have your brother. Even outside of that, like, I don't like to come outside because all my stuff is in crates or boxes right now. You have clothes though, like. Yeah. Why are you mad at that? Because your clothes in boxes? My clothes been in bags throughout my whole college life. Mm-hmm. And I come outside and you wouldn't even be able to tell that I'm getting clothes out of a bag. You can't tell where I'm living at. But they cry and they complain about stuff and I just be so frustrated about that. Y'all complain about the dumbest things. Yeah. When life hit, what are y'all going to do?
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Like what? And I'm understanding. I'm understanding. That's why I'm sitting here understanding everything you saying. When you even saying that when you was a boy, you was already being prepped to be a man.
Exactly.
And how it already started in the household. I'm sitting over here just understanding it so well. And we talking about the kids that's crippled. I know adults my age that are crippled. The crippling probably started with people your generation having kids because it's people my age that don't have a license, that ain't never drive a car. Like, What are y'all doing? Nobody never taught you. Why didn't you want to learn on your own?
What are you
Y'all
waiting
blaming
for?
other
We need more
people.
topics too, because I want to talk about that. This is good. This is a good example I'm about to say. I'm glad you said it about the license. So it was I was talking to somebody, right? They said on podcasts too. It was like, how can somebody be gone for so long and run circles around people that's been around here all their life?
That's what
I'm
saying.
telling you, we think we be.
You know where that come from? Like I just said, the smallest things now mean something. To like you said, you out here BSing and time is flying. I've been out here. You didn't see the trend. You didn't see the I call it transition phase. People from walking to their car to a good job to they got a house in 3 years.
But you know why? It's simply because you want to.
And
It's people and you
focus,
and you want to and you're willing. Because
Right.
me and my sister been in college, right? And we come home for spring breaks. We've been gone for months. We like thinking everything changed. People then leveled up, bossed up. You come home and you be like, the same thing.
Y'all doing
and
them 6
now
months.
we in our 30s.
That's why it's called people, places, and things.
Exactly. And that was one of my questions for you too, because I like when you said that, like, it starts with awareness, but you gotta start.
But people, places, and things also. That's why
people, places, and
all
things.
all that's about what about growth. Meaning, like you said, yeah, I'm from here. I grew up with these people, but sometimes you got to grow away from people.
Yeah, and that's what happened.
People keep you stuck. I was listening to an interview. It was a billionaire. He a owner of one of the top law firms. He a billionaire, but they asked him, what do he protect his kids from? He said he just try to teach his kids not to hang out with the wrong people, because every child is just one friend away from failure. And so a lot of us, and they put this stuff in our head to keep us stuck, because they make songs and stuff like no new friends and stuff. They conditioning us to be like this. So we stick around the same people that's keeping us down here. I'm telling my friend, like, I don't drink no more. You trying to force me to drink. I'm telling you, I don't drink no more.
Like,
be happy
with
my Exactly. You born, you change, you think you this, you think you that, you think you better than this. No, I just want better for myself. So I'm cutting off habits.
And you gotta be strong.
Stuck.
You gotta be strong, or you'll revert back just so you can fit in. So you gotta want to not fit in with people.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you gotta teach your kids to be leaders. Because if you allow your kids to be followers, then they will always revert back. Even if they want to do better with their life, they will always revert back because they want to fit in so bad. They want to be a part of something. And when you growing and you elevated, you gotta be okay with being by yourself, because it get lonely. You gotta be okay with that.
It do, man.
I see y'all really need to talk to me today. Golly.
We can talk.
From girls to women. We learn so much, though. We learn so
We can be sitting here talking all day.
But this is what our podcast is about, because this is what
I mean, basically what I'm on, like, believe me, man, I'm deep. For real. But go ahead.